Hello and welcome back to This Week at West. I'm Greg Johnson, your athletic director, and I'm fortunate enough today to be joined by basketball and softball superstar, Miss Burgess. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to talk a little bit. We hadn't been with the audience in a while, so we've had some basketball stuff going on. Why don't you tell us about girls basketball?
We are in the playoff hunt. We have beaten Conway, South Florence, and St. James.
So that gives us three region wins. There's a big old log jam in the region for girls basketball, but we are in the thick of it. Got a shot at a playoff appearance. I'm thinking this week we have 3 games left? We have 4 games, but 3 are region. Is that right? We'll get to what's later on, a little later on, but for now we're talking about last week, or I guess the last month at West, because it's been a while. But tell us about the season, like in your words. Don't tell us wins, like what's going on, how you guys feeling, what's the vibe?
We started the season a little bumpy, but I think we're coming together.
But and if I'm wrong, you stop me here. Isn't girls basketball, aren't you guys like all sophomores and 2 seniors, is that right?
That's it.
But you guys have all kind of played together
juniors,
forever? Like, y'all are all like...
Our chemistry is getting stronger.
I know you want to talk about the core 4. You can talk about it, it's fine. This is your platform.
See, our core 4 is Kayla Williams, Kayla Cohen, Nigeria Riley, and me. We have been playing since 7th grade together.
Now, and I want to stress, core 4 is like y'all's thing, and I just kind of call you the core 4. It's cool to see a group that's y'all's age that's playing together and really showing improvement towards the end of the year down here in the home stretch. As far as boys basketball, they are in first place in the region right now. They've secured a playoff berth, and I think they have a 2-game lead-ish with some tiebreakers included in that with 3 games to go. So a lot of basketball to go. That's okay. So that's kind of what's been going on. So Ms. Burgess, before we talk about what's going on this week at West, I want to talk about you as a student athlete, because you're kind of one of those big deal athletes that we like to brag about around here. So question number 1, talk to us about, isn't your GPA like a 19 or something like that? Or is it? Is it? I know it's better than 4.0, right?
It is.
So
it is.
how do you balance all of this? You know, not only just like it's not like you're on the team, like you're a superstar on the team. How do you balance all the basketball, all the softball, and all the studies?
I balance it by focusing on school first.
Absolutely, good answer.
That is my priority.
Sure.
I work really hard on my GPA in school. I tend to help others on the team.
How often do you check it? Like, are you checking Power School every day?
Every day.
Because I know your mom is. She's all over it, right?
Yeah, she doesn't even have to say nothing about Power School.
So you're all over it.
I'm
right?
all over it.
That's great. That's super. That's a great example to set for other students. Any college plans? You know where you want to go?
I thought about University of Florida.
Okay.
Thought about University of USC.
You gonna gator chomp it? Don't. We're not a Florida friendly podcast. Number 2. Who's your favorite athlete of all time?
You talking about
All time. You got one.
All time?
Who is it?
I'm gonna say LeBron.
LeBron James. No hate here.
Or Antetokounmpo.
I'm not even a Lakers fan. I'm a LeBron James fan.
My dad is too.
So I pull for the I'm LeBron's fan.
Like, he's an all-around role model. If you look at
He started at school. You know, like who hates LeBron?
Who's done that?
That's right. How about any softball role models?
I like Megan Trainor.
Okay, I'm down with that. Number 3, let's talk about West Florence a little bit. What's been 2-part question. What's your favorite class you've ever taken here, and what's your favorite teacher you've ever had here?
My favorite teacher, I believe, is either going to be Miss Hilton
Okay.
or Miss Sullivan.
So that's Miss Katrina Hilton, geometry. Is that right?
It is.
And Miss Abby Sullivan, tennis coach and math teacher here. Is that right?
Right.
So you're a math person.
I love math.
Same.
Like,
Same. Why were they your favorite classes and favorite teachers?
because they made it interesting. Right. I love math. So
Listen,
I
if
take
you can make geometry interesting, you should be the favorite teacher of everybody.
Even I love chemistry too. I love Miss Schultz too.
Miss Schultz is cool. Shout out to Miss Schultz. She's a fan of the show too, so
She is.
that's good.
And Miss Schultz.
Number 4, what's your favorite school lunch here?
I like the wings.
The chicken wings are on point. Last week,
like the
I saw
wings.
Coach Jennerette, like one fell on the floor. He legit went after it. Like, they're better than Zaxby's wings. Don't at me. I'm just saying. They're pretty good. Number 5, I want you to pick what's your walkout song in basketball? What's your jam right now?
I like We Ready.
Old school. You know, that's my generation.
Yeah.
You know who sings it?
No. I do not remember his name.
Well, as someone from that previous generation, you can't use that song. You can't ever. It's Archie. You'd never guess that, right? It's in the NFL commercials right now. Like, just it's in my
It gives
head,
it gives off a very positive vibe.
It really tells everybody that
We're ready.
you're ready.
Yeah, That's our hype song.
It is. I like it. Well, Ms. Burgess, now that we know you a little better, we know what happened last week at West, let's talk about this week at West. All right, so first things first, let's talk basketball. Who we got this week?
Tomorrow we have Carolina Forest.
Where?
Wednesday.
Where?
Carolina Forest is here.
Boom, right here in the
At
castle.
6:30. Well, it starts at 4:30.
Speaking of that, tell them that it's free to get in tomorrow for students.
It's free to get in tomorrow for students.
It's free for students to get in tomorrow night. It is senior night, so we want to send off our seniors the right way. So students, you can get in for free coming out on a Tuesday night. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but the last 3 home games, student section's been rocking.
It really has. A whole lot of noise, especially our last game.
Hello, place is going crazy. So, and they've brought some
And a whole
results with
little
them. So, come on back Tuesday night, Night Nation at Nasty Nights. We're talking to you. Wednesday night we go to
Wednesday we go to Sumter.
take on the Gamecocks. Their girls are really good.
They
Like
are.
number 3 in the state, something like that.
Yeah, they
We ain't
have a
scared.
really good chemistry. But
They do. That's
hey,
all right.
it's anybody's game.
Basketball's a funny sport. You know, our court's 94 foot long. Their court's 94 foot long.
Yeah.
Goals are 10 foot high, that kind of thing. All right, Ms. Burgess, tell us about Friday's matchup
Friday we play our rivals from across town
on the south side, right?
on the south
We're
side.
going to their place. It's going to be a rocking atmosphere, Nasty Nights. We need you guys to show up and show out. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to have huge region impacts for the boys and the girls, playoff seeding, that kind of stuff. So a huge matchup at that other school across town this Friday night. And students, I'm declaring the theme this time because they hadn't done it yet. It's camo night. You know it's camo night when we go over there. Speaking of themes and that kind of stuff, this week is also, we're going to do a little impromptu Spirit Week for basketball. What do you say? Tuesday, tell us what the theme is for Carolina Forest.
Tuesday is beach day. Wednesday is hobo day. Thursday is blast from the past.
Yep.
And Friday is camo.
All right, I think we should stress that Tuesday for beach night in the basketball game, we should not wear like bikinis and stuff. Like, let's keep it,
Let's keep
dress
it
code still applies.
like surf
That's
surf
right.
type vibe.
That's right. Like chill vibe, but not too chill vibe.
Yeah.
Hobo day on Wednesday. Thursday, blast from the past. You gonna anything special? Blast from the past. I got some old 1980s basketball uniforms.
I
You
got
in?
some old softball uniforms.
Ooh, let's do it. And then Friday, obviously camo day. So that's basketball this week. That is Spirit Week this week. Let's talk about. Do you know what's going on Saturday here?
I would clean up.
A huge cleanup. Huge cleanup. So we are asking spring sport athletes, as well as spring sport athletes' parents, cousins, relatives, whatever. We're having a little spring cleanup day. For example, like if you were a boys tennis player, you would come up and you guys are going to clean out the tennis building. We're going to pressure wash the bleachers. We're going to make it look a little bit better. Baseball parents, let's
Ready
clean
for
up
the
concessions. It's time to get ready for the season. But you know why we're doing that this weekend, right? Because what starts today, January the 28th?
Everything.
Everything. Spring sports start today. We got track and field. We got softball. We got baseball. We got soccer. We got girls soccer. We have, what else? Boys golf. Spring sports are upon us. And so Saturday, we want to take the opportunity. Let's make this place look a little better. Take some pride in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's going down at the softball field? What do you think?
It's clean up. That's
All right. What's like your top? What's the top priority of the softball field?
for everybody to play every game like it's their lives.
I'm talking about the facilities. What are we going to do in the facilities? Like clean the dugouts a little bit, like maybe get the pressure washer on the concrete, clean the closets out. We're moving that little home press box behind home plate. It's getting out of there.
Yeah, because we never used it.
Come on, exactly. So it's getting out of there, that kind of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun, but we need your help. I know that South Florence, maybe 2 weeks ago, they had more than 110 athletes come out and clean their stuff up. So I'm not saying challenge issues or anything, but you
Game on though.
Go! I'm Ross McMillan, tennis player. Thanks for coming. See you next week.